Hey everybody, what's up? Hopefully this doesn't black out on me, but, you know, as you probably noticed today, I posted up my opinions, my monthly opinions on the Science Teacher comic book, which I did last night. And, I'm not the only one that has read the issue. No, well, not read the issue, but has kind of glimpsed at it, kind of heard what other people have had to say. I mean, yeah, I read the side issue, the side story, courtesy of Sasuke 19 on YouTube. And again, I caught glimpses and pieces of the main story uh, through, um, through the same person on YouTube. And again, we cannot, it's like I said in my opinions, we cannot judge what we don't know just yet. We've all pretty much given our opinions. Some of us feel it's hopeless now. There's no way a certain character or a certain princess, if you will, is going to get restored. But we cannot think that, folks. I mean, for all we know, this could be the start of something new. I mean, I mentioned this in my opinions, and the Mystic Core, who's on one of the forums as well as on YouTube, kind of laughed a little bit, kind of like, I guess humorously said, like kind of gasped at one of the things I had to say about the situation. You see, one of the things I pointed out was when Sally, when she gets restored, not just by free will, but to flesh and blood, one of the things I said that's going to happen is the blue that she now has, that upgrade, is going to be like a new uniform. It's going to be like, if I can find an example here. I know I have an issue here somewhere of X-Men, but and when I find it, I'll show you. But it's in here somewhere. I know it is. Ah, here it is. It's issue 100. It's issue 100, but I basically said that this is what it could end up being like. She could end up having a new uniform like Jean has. Like when Jean became the Phoenix, when she became the Phoenix. In some of these comics, Jean basically kept that uniform even afterwards. So, so that was kind of cool, I guess, to some fans. But what I'm saying, folks, is don't be surprised if Ian Flynn goes in that direction. Now, there are some fans that still defend Ian, and that's okay. That's their opinion. That's their right to do it, as long as they do it peacefully on sites like YouTube and at the other message boards. Well, that's just my opinion. Do it peacefully. But again, I think it's just what we got to look at is that that's possibly one of the directions that Ian will go with when it comes to the comic. I mean, you just got to look at it that way. I mean, perhaps Ian, he says he wants, Ian and Paul both basically say they want to give the fans what they want. They want to balance things out, and that to the point that both sides will be satisfied. Well, I'm thinking probably the only way this is going to work out, like I said, is that when she does get restored, that she ends up having a uniform, and that would basically kind of give the fans that are always saying, "Oh, she's disgusting. Oh, she's a slut, and oh, she shouldn't be in the comic because she's naked." That'd basically be Ian and Paul's way of saying, "Okay, look, she's restored. She's back on the side of good, and look, she's got a new uniform, so she's completely covered. She's not just wearing a vest anymore, or just boots. She's now completely covered." And I'm guessing that's just my opinion. I'm guessing the direction he can go in. Again, we're not totally 100% sure if that's what's going to happen or not, but that's just my opinion. That's the way I look at it. Game Boy Sage mentioned in their little talk when they reviewed the issue or talked about the issue a little bit, said that the power ring that was installed in her back, and even if that power ring was to return to normal and give her free will, that it could counteract anything Axis could do for her. Because Axis, as we all know, restored Bunny to flesh and blood. But we don't know how long it's going to last, if it's a permanent situation or if it's a temporary situation, we don't know. But all I know is that something is going to happen in the near future. Now, if Axis Nagas or one of the spirits, or if not all three of the spirits within him, basically overcome him, basically take control and separate, let's say they do, then there's no doubt they could probably find a way to restore her. But I told Game Boy Sage, hey, how do we know it's going to be Axis? I asked him the question. I asked Game Boy Sage, how do we know Axis Nagas is going to be the answer to the situation? How do we know Game Boy Sage, how do we know Game Boy Sage if Axis is going to be the one that restores it? We don't know that. All we know is the Chaos Emerald was the reason. So obviously the thing is Sonic might go, if this lasts to about 250 or so, Comic Reviewer 2 believes it's only going to last 10 more issues. But even so, if let's say Sonic goes Super, then there's no doubt Super Sonic with the Chaos Emeralds can restore her. We got to look at that solution. And there's a lot of things being thrown out there of how certain things are going to be. But it's real simple. We know Harvey Hugh's probably going to be playing a major part real soon, because we all know that probably the kingdom will be back in the hands of the Acorn family. We know that. But the question is, what happens in between there? You know, a lot of people are worried that Sally's going to become a killing machine. We don't know if she'll become a killing machine. We don't know that. The thing is, when I look at loss, this is how I look at it. They're going to fight Sally, but they're going to see Sally with this new modified body. And to them, they're going to have to deal with the fact that Sally's still there, but there's a chance she may not be restored to flesh and blood. Free will-wise, she could be. Flesh and blood-wise, not so. But you see, that's just the question. We don't know what's going to happen just yet. And you also got to add in the fact that Snively is going to play a huge part in this in the future. You just got that feeling. You know, some people are saying Amy's going to play a huge part because of her backstory coming up. And that might be true. We don't know that. But we do know this. We've kind of got into my thing. This is the way I look at it, because some people even pointed this out over at the message board. And I think the Sega forums or something like that. They said, one person at the Sega forums told another person, read Mecha Madness to get some possible answers. You know, Mecha Madness back in the day? They said, read that. You'll get your possible answers there. And that might be true. Because you see, obviously, they see exactly what I see, possibly. That this is all going to backfire in the end for Eggman. That basically, what I see possibly, just my opinion, what I see Ian Flynn doing possibly, is he's going to have Sally get restored. First of all, step one will be having her restored to having her free will restored. Second would be her full body. Now, what is this all going to lead towards in the end? Well, I think the hints and the clues are there. The hints and the clues are there that what it's going to lead towards, ladies and gentlemen, from what I can see, what it's going to lead towards is Eggman probably going back into insanity. I mean, it's like a full circle kind of thing. It's like he's been restored. It's like, okay, 200 he went insane. 225 he's kind of back to where he was, if not more vicious and smartened up to what's going on. But I believe come 250 he's going to head into insanity again. I mean, why would they do a story arc for Sonic Universe where one of the main people that Eggman's going after, or he's having his minions go after, or having his enslaved people go after, why is one of them Snively, and why is Snively's main goal to get the Iron Queen free? Kind of see a connection? It's going to be like a rinse and repeat kind of deal, but it's going to happen in 2013, if not sooner. So, again, we don't know what's going to happen, but a lot of people have brought up a lot of interesting scenarios. But we all have to agree, whether we like what Ian Flynn's doing, whether we like certain issues, like Game Boy Stage has come out and said that they liked this issue, but they're saving 234 for like a final judgment as to whether they want to sit on the sidelines or in the middle, like me, and like many others, and just wait this out and see what other people's reactions are going to be. So, and it's kind of surprising that a site like DeviantArt has people that are against Ian Flynn and they don't like what he's doing. So, in fact, a lot of people have even said that they would join people like Game Boy Stage and LaserX5, who's also known as Sonic Sat AM X93, on DeviantArt, that they would join them alongside in protesting against Ian, basically being against him if he does something drastic next issue on the issues to come. So, in my honest opinion, folks, again, we just gotta wait and see what happens. We cannot judge whether we like the guy or not. I've come out and I've admitted, I don't like the fact that he banned me from his message boards, but hey, I can't do nothing about it. But the truth is, he is a good writer. He has potential to be a good writer. The only problem is he's doing things that people don't like. So, we're just going to have to wait and see, in my opinion, exactly what he's got planned next. We just got to go along with the ride. And like me, for example, I'm not reading the issues. I'm not opening the issues. I might read a side story, courtesy of YouTube, now and then, like I did yesterday. I might catch glimpses and pieces of it, like I did yesterday, courtesy of YouTube. But the issues I get in the mail with my subscription, and when I resubscribe starting next month into March, I'm not gonna open, because the reason is, and I've mentioned this before, when it's all said and done, whether it goes the way we like or not, or the way we've predicted or not, I'm going to give a full-fledged review on it. And that's going to be, I'm going to give a full-fledged review on it. And that's how things are going to be. So, basically what I mean by full-fledged review, I'm going to give a full-fledged review on the entire arc, starting from 230 to 250, or if not sooner than that. So, that's all I'm going to say. I apologize for the horn in the background. That's a school bus across the street dropping off a kid. So, again, that's all I'm going to say on it. And as you can see up there, it says hints and clues to be found in 230, if not in the past. To be found, hints and clues found in 230 and in the past. So, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll talk to y'all later. You have a good day. I'm going to wrap this up right now before my nephew comes, possibly, and my mom comes home from work. So, peace out. God bless. I'm out of here.